Who the fuck?
I'm UIM and this is Big 3, No Invy. So I guess some introductions are due. The overall goal of this series is just to obtain all 3 mega rares, short and simple, and to show it can be done in a casual way on a UIM. I'm a passionate RuneScape player who pretty much enjoys most aspects of the game. I'm here to shed some light on the UIM game mode as a whole and some of the cool metas that we pull off. I truly believe this game mode is awesome and very unsolved, especially with metas changing each week. Nothing crazy here in this video series, just me documenting my process on maxing in a casual way, because I have a 9 to 5 just like most of y'all out there. If you want to see my bank, well, I guess my gear, it's all on the floor here. So, have you guys ever wasted 1,000 Slayer points just to find a Hydra task? Yeah, you can see that here. So I apologize for not having like any of my early game captured, but I recommend Rise Cup's UIM if you want to see the early game aspects and how it's done today. Yeah. And after approximately 500-600 Slayer points, we ran out and ended up on Rune Dragons, and we're forced to do this task. Yeah, from the early days I have a couple clips. Shout out my boy Doohickey for capturing my shadow pull. Kind of a cringe nerdgasm, but like, you got it sometimes.
Oh shit!
Yeah, volume warning.
Let's go.
Oh shit, man, come on. Here, wait. Oh, I type pause. Pause.
No milk. No milk.
Okay. Oh, let's go! Oh
my fucking god! Oh my fucking god!
Yeah, it went on longer. It was super cringe. I'm embarrassed by it, but yeah. So our first kill with the Rune Dragons didn't go so well, and I'll show you what it takes to like. So the Perilous Moons have been amazing for the UIM. This Ice Lady will take any weapon off of you, and you can log out and store it. So my Fang was here, and I need that Fang to kill the Rune Dragons because the Blade wasn't cutting it. But it's basically a force for me to prepare for this task, but yeah, we got it done. I'm trying to build up my Slayer points again, and we end up landing on an Anku's task. Then we did some shitty cow fights into some Tormented Demons. So now would be a good time to explain what the scope of this video is. So the goal is to get the Ferocious Gloves, my last Zenite, Noxious Halberd, and the Synapse. This should unblock the rest of the PVM grind on the account. I'm targeting max melee setup currently, so that will involve some Yama grinding in my future. Using all the herbs and supplies I get from Slayer should avoid the pitfall of being forced into too much mastering mixology and pickpocketing master farmers, but if I have to, I'll do it. Right now I'm just farming Slayer points, prioritizing XP tasks, and tasks that will progress me towards these items. I decided to take a break from Slayer and link up with my boy Rhino. Shout out the GOAT. You can catch him on Prison Joe's Top Tuesdays. He's a good friend of mine. Absolute demon of the game. But this session resulted in nothing. Sorry about this terrible cropping. I was at the airport when I recorded this. So I returned to Slayer, still at the airport as you can hear by the background audio, and yeah, I ended up getting the Zenite, but I missed the recording. Unfortunately, I stopped recording because it was pretty heavy on my battery life, and I didn't expect to get the drop, but we did. If we look at my looting bag here, it's absolutely damned. Like, we have super defense, ranging potions for super attack and super strength here. Why aren't these 4 doses? Oopsie poopsies. I think I decanted them by accident at some point, but not a big deal. But yeah, so what's the issue that I'm up against? I'm about 500 to 700 3-dose pots away. Actually, more like 1,000 3-dose pots and roughly 700 4-dose pots away from evening out these stacks. I'm gonna have more super attacks because they're the easiest to make, so I'll be just dropping the excess. But when I finally am able to do that, I can get so many slots back on my looting bag. We'll get 1 from the Tor still, we'll get 2 from the super defense, 3 from the super attack, and 4 from the super strength. So all of those will be condensed into this stack here. So like, things will be good once I can finish that off. I just need to get more quorum seeds, which I honestly had a really bad, not bad, but like I kind of misplayed on the accounts spring up, where like I didn't stockpile enough quorum seeds, and I was stockpiling the limps after a while because when I did my Sarah Brew grind, I got plenty of quorum seeds from the bird's nest, so that's kind of where we are. So the astute viewers would see that I actually did have the hilt and pull part of the Noxious Blade 2-3 baby, and I'm sorry I don't have any capture video of that, but here's some screenshots. And the story behind these is I went to the bar, but before I went to the bar while I was waiting for some friends to get ready, I decided to send a few spooter kills. I got the first piece before the bars, then I went out, came back a bit toasty, and I got the blade right away after, so spooning the 2 pieces, looking good so far. Point was at like 115 KC, and I believe the other pommel was like 130, so we're doing good. So shout out to Master Mixology. It's really good for UIM. It's still pretty brain rotty, but it's nice to not have to collect secondaries. The strat for me is because I have 99 thieving, I just pickpocket master farmers for the seeds, plant them, and then in between the farm runs I just do some maxturing mixology here. If you guys don't know, the meta is to pretty much skip all triples except triple L's. But I find myself doing triple A's too because I have so much of that green paste from the dwarf weed excess in the bag, because dwarf weed comes from everything and wines of Zamia are annoying to get. So I personally love to do routing, and that's the particular appeal of this account for me, is that I have to find all these creative routes around the restrictions of UIM.
I also have like another restricted account. It's not ready for publish, but it's a wilderness locked chunk account.
And also the reason why many of us love weeds. As you can see, my inventory here is a bit unusual for normal Araaxor KC. I have to constantly get these antelope bolts for me to sustain the 2-shot on the spiders in the corner. It's a bit tedious, but it's worth it, despite it consuming so many inventory spots. So yeah, something pretty special happened on this KC. I'll play my live reaction for you. What the fuck? What the fuck? I got the pet! I got the pet! I got the pet! I got the pet! Demon hours, demon hours, demon hours.
Yeah, I was pretty jet lagged, and I pulled this bed at like 4 in the morning when I was like the only one up. So yeah, that was pretty much everything on the task. So we jumped into some Dagonoths, and then for the 10th task we hopped into Zakonar task, which, lucky for us, was Hydra. And again, I'm sorry for having a terrible cropping with the Rune Light plugin on the side. I'll work on that. It's my first video and I'm learning all this editing stuff, so if you have any feedback for me, please leave it in the comments. I'm eager to learn and improve all aspects of this series. Took a quick break for some mastering mixology and then back to the Hydra grind. This was pretty early in my Hydra grind, so I'm still learning the ways, making a lot of mistakes, but ultimately... And I kept dying, so I decided to take a break and do some LMS. Yeah, and I kept dying here too, so I went back to Hydra. Died again, so I went back to LMS. I was able to freeze this clown in the fog, and he got absolutely destroyed. Easy win, Bombaclad, so I went back to Hydra. Died immediately, so I went back to LMS. Easy kill into easy death, back to Hydra. And I kept dying at Hydra, so make sure to put me on your next hardcore team. And I got frustrated, so I decided to go to Zora, and something special happened. You'll never guess it. So thankfully, homie Delicio hit me up for some Inferno caging so I could take a break from all this crappy PVM I was doing. I was having a hard time focusing at this moment. He's still learning Inferno, but look at this unfortunate tag. Like, he was so close to getting a major off the shield and maybe saving this run. I'm sure he's gonna get the next cape easy, right boys? So we finished the Hydra task eventually, but nothing good happened. So I went back to point skipping because our Slayer points are miserably low at the moment. We got ghosts into zombies, into more cow fights, into some ugly dogs, back to more ghosts, into wolves, then dark beasts, And we got Hydras for our 10th task, and the astute people here watching will realize where I am. I totally didn't record myself getting the leather, but you can watch me make it here. And this pretty much checks off the next item on the list. Yeah, super stoked about this one, spooning it at 140 KC. We then hopped into some Abyssal Demons, and after the Abyssal Demons we got another Araaxor task. So, spooter, 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 spooter is the theme of this video. This is what it looks like to do the full prep. We're like ripping some antelopes here. I have to budget the logs and the knives in my inventory space, so I've been using the candor and headgear to speed things up. And then I gotta hop to Volcano here to get some crystal shards to pump more charges into my Blade of Selder. So the Blade of Selder is pretty decent on a UIM if you keep it low charges, because you can bag it, and it's normally not baggable if it's corrupted or if it has charges. So I like to minimize the amount of charges I have. Again, apologize for this pretty crap cropping on the client layout. I generally play like in a portrait mode, I'd say, not landscape like normal people. I just prefer it that way. Not exactly sure why. I think it's easier for me to move my mouse around the screen better. Yeah, and I need to just get more used to playing in a horizontal layout so it's better for your viewing experience. Sorry about that. So the way I like to kill spider, I've experimented with a bunch of different ways, but ultimately it is not worth to lure the exploding spider into the eggs. I messed up too many times, and you can do it, but I just think DPS is better over luring. I start off a kill with an Elden Wall. If it misses, I obviously go for a second, otherwise I just stick to the one and I just kill it pretty standard. A couple of these random tiles just helped me with my positioning when I was luring them originally, but I stopped doing that. And of course, when the ranger spawns, I switch to my moonlight crossbow, or whatever, hunter's crossbow, and to tap both the spiders, the reflector spider and the range spider, and then obviously just lure the exploder spider on top of Spooter. Then I'd prefer to do the step under instead of the step back for the enrage phase for the bonus damage. So this is one of the sneaky downsides of keeping your Blade of Selder low charges. It's really the surprise your weapon has no charges left that you have to react to. So this is definitely one of those kills where I kind of stretched my inventory a little bit and I tried to kill it with low HP. But as you can see here, it's so unfortunate, this death. I get it down to 1 HP, I'm pretty sure it even took 8. No, I hit it 8 on 9. And then I step back, hit, step back, hit, 1-on-1, and then I instantly go to use Cure Me, but the same tick I use Cure Me, the poison still processes and it dies. I didn't even get to loot it. What a sad day. This one was for sure pretty frustrating. Like, I literally used Cure Me, the same tick it processed. I feel robbed.
Yes!
Ah, yes. How good does that feel? 3 out of 3 on the Nox Hallie. Well, this is where I'm going to call it for the video here, guys. If you made it this far, I want to say thank you so much. Yeah, I don't really expect much out of this, but I'm throwing this video out there in the Aether to see what happens. If any of you guys found this interesting or enjoyed the video, please give it a like and a comment and subscribe to my channel, as I'm totally new. But just to recap here, a lot was obtained. We got our Ferocious Gloves, the final Zenite for the suite, and now a Nox Hallie.